Alrighty, so I wanted to do a review on these paints. I forgot I had. I've had this for a couple of years. Bought it at Blick Art down the street. They are Angora Opaque watercolors, and th I bought this for maybe like $10, $13. But I noticed that they become really popular, and I've seen like they have more bigger, different amount of colors and different sets now for sale at Blick Art when they used to not. So or maybe I bought this at another shop on. Um, I don't know. Either way, no, I might have bought it at Blick Art. Anyway, so you can buy it there and other stationery shops, at least here in Portland. Um, but they're not too bad, and I don't have a swatch of them. So, and I'm slowly building up. I had another book that had swatches on, but I put that book up. I have like a little bag of when I complete stuff, I put it in there, and I completed that book. But um, I have a page of different swatches that I need to add this to. This didn't come with this brush. It doesn't. I don't know if it comes with the brush or not. I don't remember. Um, but I'm just gonna use this to do swatches on this. I didn't plan on this. I was just cleaning my a bag and I found these in there. So I think I'm just gonna find a pin to run a line through so we can see how opaque they are. I just have pencils, but so I guess pencil's gonna have to do. So I'm just gonna use a black wing. That's all I have right now. They're not gonna be long swatches either because I want to save the paper for other. I might share some brush reviews and save some paper for that and for testing and swatching and doing other colors, like actually testing mixes of other colors I like to use. So anyway, so I'm just gonna do baby swatches. I mean like baby swatches. Just to see the color and how it looks. So they're not that clean, but it's all good. Oh, so also these you gotta really work because if you look here, it's very transparent. So we'll see how it looks. So it's not too bad, but I'm not gonna pre-wet them because they're opaque and I don't use them for that. Oh, and they work really well. I'll actually use regular paper to have some tone paper, and I can do swatch over that as well, so that way you can see how it looks because it dries really well on regular paper. All right. And so it's not very vibrant, and that color is definitely because of whatever paint I had on there. I'm gonna wipe that off my brush. Okay. So I'm just gonna add some water. Yeah, these paints you definitely got to, actually for the sake, since we already seen that it does definitely lay transparent, I'll do one more with red and then I'll spray the rest down. But I don't have any. I've sketched this on regular paper with regular paper using these because this goes really well in my backpack, and I just use this top part as mixing. And honestly, I've probably taken this out a lot more last year, or not last year, a couple of years ago, than any of the other things I did, like drawing pencils or pens or anything else. I just brought watercolor and I think a pencil. So okay, so transparent, really light. This actually looks really cool. It's almost like blood red. So like, I like those kind of reds because I like to paint portraits. So it's really good for the skin naturally. Like I feel like I can just paint with this by itself. That first color, or just that color. Okay, so while I build this up, I have a spray bottle. I'm gonna mist the others while that works to the brush. Colors kind of come alive once they're wet. Look at that. So they say opaque. I mean, they're definitely, I mean, they're transparent, but they're definitely, they lay on, they layer well. So like, you know, if you paint opaque, then a water-based medium, then you know, or you would probably gradually build up layers, you know, or glaze or other things you can do, and then after that you paint opaquely, you know, and you can build up, yeah, with this. I only paint one or two layers, just 2 to 3, usually, like sketching, and that's what I pretty much do now. So for me, this works out, and if you like that, like I said, I'll definitely do a swatch on regular paper, or paint something on the regular paper to see, so you can see why it's opaque, because it just sits on top and it doesn't make the paper too wet. Yeah, I'll share a portrait that I did with this as well. And what this allowed me to do this was, I actually, you're not gonna probably see it, but I painted this model, and I messed up on her lip at first, but with this paint I was able to actually lift up most of the color and then lay back that layer and fix it. And it dries, we'll see, but the light, I think, but it dries pretty chalky, because it is, but, and then you'll see on the picture it's very chalky. But I think that I paint gouache. I like gouache. I like when it's matted, and if it's chalky, it's not a big deal to me. But I know it can be for a lot of people. But I just feel like none of that, or all that is expected, because this was, like I said, I think it cost me like $13. And I even saw it cheaper somewhere, so that's why I think I bought it at Blick Art, and I probably saw it at a stationery store on Belmont. So yeah, this is pretty creamy right here. And sorry, it's my phone. But I'll see what that is later. Okay. All right, that laid down pretty opaquely, and I like that it's very opaque. These watercolors for only 13, because that black is awesome. Because, like I said, because you don't need to constrain yourself to just watercolor paper. They don't dry that fast, as you can see, so they're definitely watercolor, not gouache, but they dry kind of like koi, you know, so kind of chalky, matted like gouache. And then I'll show you what I can do. Let's see. I'm trying to find that one I did with Angora Watercolors, and I think I did two of them. So here's one I did with Angora watercolor, and yeah, I mean, really simple. Like the white just laid out on top and just dried really easily, and it was only a couple of 2 layers. I mean, like, look at the skin, it's tone paper, so you're not really seeing much there. I didn't really paint much of anything but just build up, so it worked its way really easily. On this one too, I think I didn't use, if you look up closely, I didn't even use a pencil for this painting at all. I just used a brush, and I think I had to fix all of this. So if you think, you start looking at it, the harder you look. But from a distance and just observing, you can't really tell. But I had a lot of fun painting it and building that shadow after I had to refix the proportion of the face, which isn't that great, but it was a sketch. And then here's another one, and also utilizing tone paper for her flesh tones, and I just use all kinds of color. You could see greens and reds and whatever. So definitely was just learning how to use this paper with this flesh tone. So, but I had a lot of fun, and I reworked this and reworked that, and this was with Angora, except the background. This was actually Winsor Newton gouache, and you can definitely tell the difference because this thing layers, you can't see nothing, and this was one stroke, so this was not built up. And that's the difference between designer gouache and regular layers. Like, look at these streaks, just dried, and that's just simple. So but had a lot of fun doing it, and it only costed, oh, they only cost 13. And then if you compare that, I want to compare portraits actually. So if you compare the paint on this portrait, I'm sorry they're not that great. I just do this or painted them for fun and one go. I don't rework it, except I want to probably build a layer on this one. But the paint on this one compared to the paint on this one, this paint here is also a student grade paint. So I don't know. I like both in their own way. And this is watercolors. So I did a review on this one. This is the Zen Art Nomad watercolor box. So they said student grade, but I like, or it says artist grade, but I'm probably gonna build another layer on this and then put this in my window to see how it turns out and do a light fast test to really come back and do another review on this Zen art. So, but when I compare the paint to it, it also kind of dries a little chalky and opaque in a way, but I like it. I think it's granular. I like the way it looks. And compare the hair, the colors, the browns just kind of mix really well. I was using the same kind of colors as the flesh tone. I just think you could see it. But Zen Art box was $30, and this was half the price at 13. If you see it for around that price, I would probably get it. I would buy it again if I saw this and didn't have it, because really, honestly, look how it's just so freaking thin, and it's super light, and you can fit a brush in here, and and it doesn't open easily. Oh, it does have a ridge here for your finger, and then you lift this up. So I just need to do it the right way. I was trying to be quick about it, but yeah, that's all I got to say about this. Thanks for watching.